Good afternoon and welcome to Markets Today. I'm your host, Mbithe Mwema. It's the 15th day of December, smack in the middle of the month, and certainly we're beginning to see a slowdown on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. I will be giving you an overview of what has happened so far on the NSE this particular week, but in studio we have a very interesting and exciting guest who will be speaking to us about the real estate sector, what it portends for you, and how you can actually join a movement that gives you visibility of opportunities in this space. I will introduce our guest shortly, but first, let me give you an overview of what was happening yesterday on the Nairobi Securities Exchange. Yesterday being a Monday, we didn't actually expect much activity on the NSE. And as expected, turnover was down 57% compared to last week's Friday trades. Yesterday, some of the top trades, Safaricom was certainly up there, but we did see a surprise trade come through Sosini over the day. Today continues to be a quiet day, nothing much happening. Yesterday's turnover, 179 million shillings. We think this will continue to be the trend towards the end of the month. What was interesting, however, was the fact that we did see a bit of profit taking on Bamburi as a stock. Last week, Bamburi touched a high of 38 shillings, but by today it had actually softened on profit taking. This was expected, and it is now trading at the 35 shilling mark. Safaricom continues on its upward trajectory, and it's now trading at about 33.25 shillings per share. However, it is trading on thin volumes. Outside of the usual blue chips, the other activity that we did see was a bit of an appreciation on gold prices. Gold, that's the Absa New Gold ETF, was the best gainer over the day, and it's now trading at 2,100 per unit. It is tracking the global oil prices, and it's now up 11% compared to last week's close. Aside from that, the market continues to be a bit soft and nothing much happening. But in terms of corporate activities, the thing we are waiting for is tomorrow, KenGen shareholders will be receiving a payment of 0.25 shillings per share held. The share continues to remain steady at about 4.8 shillings per share. Nothing much happening there, but you do know if anything else does break over this period, you will be certainly the first to hear it here on Markets Today. That aside, in studio, we are joined by Ms. Jane Nyokabi, who is the Chief Finance Officer for Home Africa. Jane will be giving us a brief overview of the company, industry trends in the sector, and also introducing us to an interesting proposition that the company has for you if you are looking at the real estate segment. Welcome to the show, Jane.
Asante sana Mbithe.
All right, give us an overview of Home Africa. Who's Home Africa? How do we know Home Africa in this market?
All right, I'll give a brief background on Home Africa.
Okay.
Home Africa is a public quoted real estate company. It was incorporated in 2008.
Okay.
And was listed in the stock exchange under the growth enterprise market, that is GEMS, in July 2013.
Yes.
As Home Africa, we seek to create a community around Africa by providing quality, sustainable, and affordable housing.
Okay.
And our goal is to meet a huge demand in the housing in Kenya and also in the rest of Africa.
Region.
Yes.
Okay, certainly.
Yes.
Okay, we are very excited to have you here. I know we want to talk about what's happening in the sector and what are some of the propositions that you as a company offer. Maybe we can start off by looking at the real estate sector. I mean, what has been happening there? 2020 has been an interesting year in light of COVID. Maybe you can give us an overview because you are on the ground, you are a practitioner, this is the space that you engage in. What has been happening to the sector, and then we can come to see what impact this has had on you as a company.
All right, thanks so much. COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen the real estate industry as one of the most industry that has been affected by the pandemic.
Okay.
We have seen the prices going low, especially the prices for the housing, the prices for land. So most prices have really dropped down.
Okay.
Then we have seen the company using technology. Yeah, like Home Africa, I know we have used a lot of technology in terms of we were even forced to work from homes.
Yes.
So there's a lot of use in technology also to help the growth in leads and also get more customers. We have also seen the middle income, demand for middle income housing.
Okay.
And also innovation in terms of especially the offices. Yeah. how people have started working from home. We have seen business can be done when
Yes.
people are working from home, as long as you have the right controls. So we've seen investors who had invested in offices coming up with innovation ways for them to continue earning income. And also the last one, we have seen the use of smart technology.
Okay.
Yeah, so the smart technology is the in thing in the real estate industry.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean by smart technology? Because you've talked about technology, we're working from home. I mean, when I look at it from a top-down level, it does mean that there could be some pressure on pricing, especially commercial property, because of the onset of technology. What has been the key thing when it comes to technology?
All right. The technology I'm talking about in terms of helping, in marketing and getting leads and customers, is there's so much aggressive in terms of digital marketing.
Okay.
You'll find there's a boom in the social media, and then also having a virtual tours. Companies
Yes.
are coming up with innovation way of taking clients to the sites using the technology, having virtual tours.
Okay.
And when I talk about smart technology, I'm talking about operating your house with using a mobile phone.
Yes.
Whereby you open your door, you open the television. So using your phone in terms of operating your home.
Okay, so that's exciting. So it's sort of presented different opportunities for distribution. Is that now positive for sales? Are you getting more sales leads? Are you closing, or is it just giving you visibility for now with the hope of closing some of these deals in the coming years?
Apparently, we are getting positive response, especially with the diaspora.
Okay.
So people are able, if like when you are doing the physical site visits, sometimes people used to be committed, but right now it is a click of a button. I take you to the site,
Wow.
to a various sites.
Okay.
A click to a button, we have a virtual meeting.
Wow.
So we've seen some improvement in terms of even getting leads and closing deals.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so technology is certainly having an impact.
True,
I mean, just
true,
cutting across different sectors.
True,
All right. And so what has now COVID-19 meant for you as a business? I mean, the sector is not doing well, but there are opportunities of redefining your existing business models. What has it meant for you in 2020, and what do you think portends in the year 2021?
COVID-19 has been a learning to us. We don't call it a challenge.
Okay.
We're calling it a learning.
I like the word a learning. All right.
It has been a learning to us.
Yes.
And initially we thought it was something that will come for 3 months, 6 months. But this is something that is here to stay with us. It's just a matter of us adjusting to it. In terms of the business, we've seen a decline in sales. We were not... most of the people have been affected in
Yes,
terms of their
that's true.
disposable income.
That's very true.
And most people are concentrating on their essentials. So some people are not even able to meet their basic needs. So if you're not able to meet your basic needs, are you
Then-
able to invest?
Okay.
So we've seen a decline in our revenues. And to counter that, we have done what we call cost reduction measures,
Okay.
including reductions in terms of salaries.
All right.
And also we've
So just try to remain afloat. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
True. And also we have come up with innovation ways, like what I was talking about, taking people to the site. If you go to our website, you'll be able to be taken to all our sites virtually.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've come up with very innovative ways of ensuring that we add value to the business. And also we've done very vigorous digital marketing.
Okay.
So we are there shouting in our social media
So
platforms.
distribution. Okay, so without necessarily touching on the internals of the company, when you speak to your investors, when you speak to possible clients, do you get the sense that we are becoming more hopeful, or is the sentiment getting worse? Are people hopeful that we are getting to the end of 2020? Are they more open to opportunities in 2021, or is it still a let's wait and see what happens?
Right now, I can see people are very hopeful.
Okay.
Very hopeful. And also, the learnings that we have learned from COVID-19, it has been a serious learning in terms of people need to invest, especially the people who are on salaries.
Okay.
We've seen people losing jobs. We've seen people salary being deducted. So now it's all about investment,
Yes.
investment.
And revenue diversification,
True,
I want
true,
to
true.
assume. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that just overview in terms of the sector and individuals. Before we get into the actual products that Home Africa has, would it be possible just to give us a sense of when we are looking at at the commercial space when it comes to real estate, which has been the hardest hit. And of course, anything that comes down, Jane, has to come back up.
True.
So where do you see the recovery, even though it's not next year? Is it in the commercial real estate? Is it high-end retail? Is it low-end retail? Where are there sort of opportunities and pockets of opportunity?
Right now, where we are seeing a lot of trend is on the high end.
Okay.
Yeah, because most of the people who are affected in terms of losing their jobs are the middle end and the low end. And another challenge that might come on is on the commercial,
yes,
the office space. That one, as we have said, part of the trends that we are seeing is people coming up with the innovation ways. People are working from home. People are they're delivering.
Yes.
So they have to come up with very innovations way of retaining this revenue. So in the commercial space, we are seeing a challenge there. But again, in the lower end, the middle class, we are seeing opportunities in future.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that I always like to compare is sort of get a sense of the yields in real estate, because those have sort of been coming down. And
true.
Typically, when you are looking at investments in Kenya, you look at either real estate and you look at the yields, or you look at the government of Kenya, treasury bills, or the stocks, and the yields on the real estate sector have been coming off. So do you get the sense that they're tapering off? Will there be an opportunity for recovery in the medium term, or could they get slightly lower?
There's an opportunity. There's
yes.
an opportunity for recovery.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Is guaranteed.
So then it's just, I think, to be opportunistic and try and see where you fit.
True.
Okay. Thank you for that overview. Now let's come to Home Africa. It's listed in the growth and enterprise segment of the Nairobi Securities Exchange. What are the product offerings? You are in the real estate sector, but what are some of the key product offerings? How would we know Home Africa today?
All right. With Home Africa, we have several products that we give to the market. We do market property management. If you have your property, you want us to, we can come. We are a registered property management company. We do property sales, and that is what most people know Home Africa about.
Okay.
We have several properties that we are selling, and our largest property is the Migaa. Migaa is 774 acres.
Wow.
That is located in Kiambu.
Okay.
We also have another product we call Mitini. Mitini, we have...
Wait. Jane, you know this. We want to know about it. So that's Migaa, over 700 acres. What are you selling there? Are you selling property? Is there housing? What's there?
So within Migaa, what we have done, being 774 acres, it's quite an investment.
Okay.
So we have divided it into what we call PDSs, property development sites. So you will find part of Migaa is land. We are selling land.
Okay.
Starting from 1/8, quarter, half an acre, a whole PDS, whichever you want, you will find it. Then there's also another part that we have done some development, and that PDS we call it Mitini. Mitini, we have around 82 units. Out of the 82 units, I think around 60 have been sold off. You will find villas and apartments.
Okay.
And from around 6 million to 25 million, you'll find villas and apartments.
Okay, so you can, or even land,
and
depending.
Land,
so it's either you can find land or you can find an apartment. What's the size of the apartments?
They vary. We have from 65 feet to 110. So they vary.
So it varies. So it's either you can find land, or you can find an apartment, or you can find a villa, and that's in Migaa over 700 acres.
True.
And that's the largest project.
Yes.
Okay. What other projects are there?
We also have a project in Kisumu, the Riat Hill. We call it Lakeview. Lakeview is around 96 acres.
Okay.
So that one is purely land. We subdivide land, and we are selling a concept. We also have another project in Tiwi, that is in Kwale County. We call it Lango.
Okay.
The most beautiful.
Oh wow!
It's along the beach.
Oh wow! Okay.
So out of I think around 61 plots, we are only having 4 that are remaining. And this time we are giving Christmas offer.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we are selling it at 2 million.
Oh wow! Yeah? All right.
Then also,
and how big is the space that you're selling
it's
there?
It's a quarter.
It's a quarter.
Just along the beach.
Along the beach. Okay. Okay.
Then we also, there's a research that was done that if Kenyans, everybody in Kenya wants to own land.
Yes.
So if you have land that is below 500,000 and you give people a favorable payment plan, Kenyans will invest.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Okay. So we came up with a model we call Smart Plots. Smart Plots is where we go buy land, we subdivide, we just do some value adds in terms of roads and fence, and then we sell them.
Okay.
Yeah. So we have quite some properties that we have done in smart plots. We have some properties in Isinya. We have 2 properties in Isinya, projects in Isinya. We call them, there's one Kerobi and there's another one called Sidai. They're in Isinya.
Are they close to the road? Can you see them, or are they slightly further away?
They are along the Isinya Mombasa bypass. Yeah.
All right.
So with Sidai one we sold within 1 site visit. Sidai is sold off. Kerobi, we have some few plots that are remaining. We also have a project in Ngong. We call it Entim. Entim is around 91 plots. So we have, I think, very few that are remaining. But right now our concentration is on along the Naivasha. In Naivasha, around Kinungi, we have 2 projects. We call them To Live 1 and To Live 2. Very ideal. The weather is just perfect.
Wow. That's where there are many trees, I think, as you're driving. All right.
So we have some projects there, which we are doing the selling. We also have a project in Nanyuki. We call it Batian. Around 300 meters from the Olpajetas. So in terms of smart plots, that is where we are concentrating more, because the market is there. The market is there. Yes.
All right. So you can either find a villa, if you wanted a villa from Home Africa, or you can find an apartment, or you can find a smart plot. And I think that you have different spaces. So if you want something on the beach, if you want something that's a bit hilly, something that's in the colder areas, there's something for you. And I think the opportunity set is just to come and find out what's going on this particular website. Okay. And then in terms of now understanding the outlook for this company, so are you just focusing on the real estate sector and plots? Is there a focus then at some point to move these people who come in and buy the plots and organize a forum for them to be able to access architects and people who can help them build, or will they just be buying the plots and holding them? Because the old mindset of Kenya is nataka ploti, then you hold it for decades and you never add value. Based on your experience, is the sentiment changing? Do people want to own a plot and then do some value add, or are they just comfortable owning a plot?
No. People want to own a plot, do some value add, and do construction. And that is where I know we'll get to that segment of investment club, and that's how we came up with that idea of having this property owners investment club, whereby we can empower people and help people in terms of the development of these plots, in terms of giving them advice and educating them in real estate matters.
Fantastic. I think on that note we can take a quick break, but if you want to be part of this conversation, our number is 20146. We are talking to Jane Nyokabi, who's the Chief Finance Officer for Home Africa. We've talked about the trends in the real estate sector and also the product offerings that Home Africa has available for you. What would you like to know? Is it about land, how you can access? Are there opportunities that you're interested in? We would really like to hear your voice, your comments, as well as any questions. And that's 20146, or you could reach out to us at Metropole TV on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook, or you could reach out to me at Mbithe Mwema on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. We take a break. When we return, we continue the one-on-one with Jane Nyokabi, the Chief Finance Officer of Home Africa. See you in a few.